I think right now, Samoa Joe is the most dangerous man in all of WWE, and I am very much including Tommaso Ciampa in that as well.
I agree. Joe, Styles, they're picking up where they left off. Yeah, we were talking Becky Lynch, Charlotte, best feud. This is the best feud. This is number one. This is number one. Becky Lynch, Daniel Bryan, and Miz tied for number 2. This is the number one. This is my favorite. It's just got more. It's got the chemistry. It has the history. It has the hard hitting, the great wrestling. It's got the storyline. It's been more real, and it's just been good.
Yeah, I like it a lot too. I don't think I've ever been so terrified of a man in my entire life than Joe looking at the camera with like holding Styles' head up and going, "Hey, Wendy." I went back to when I was 5 years old and saw The Shining for the first time and just absolutely lost my shit. And not gonna lie, I was terrified in my soul of souls. I was afraid to go to sleep that night because I thought Samoa Joe was going to come into my room and knock me to sleep with the coquina clutch. And I was very terrified of that.
That's funny. Do you have anything else you want to add to this match before this segment before we get into our next segment?
No, I do not.
All right, so we're going to get into this new segment we're going to try out. So I believe it was today. Today is Friday. They announced Joe and AJ will meet in Hell in a Cell.
Yep, they did. That is correct.
So they're going to meet in Hell in a Cell 3 weeks from Sunday, I believe. So we have in this new segment, we make our own little movie style trailer for it. It's just going to be just a sound bites, but here's a little sneak peek of our trailer for AJ versus Samoa Joe. Alright, we're going to try something new here. We're going to try our own power ranking segment. So with the return to Dean Ambrose last week and the news to the injury of Eric Rowan, we're talking about injuries and returns from superstars over the past. Walt, go ahead, lead us off. What do you want to do, like top 5? Our top 5?
Yeah, we'll do a quick little quickie top 5-y right here. We'll just go back and forth. I'll start with my number 5. My number 5 is John Cena at the 2008 Royal Rumble. Tore his left pectoral muscle clean off the bone, and less than 3 months after surgery, made a shocking return at the Royal Rumble, and didn't do a terrible job. I'm not gonna lie to you. So went on to obviously bigger, better, and more amazing things. So seemed to work out for him. So I guess if you're looking for a good run in WWE, go ahead and just tear your pec clean off the bone and come back in 3 months, and you'll be fine.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with this. Will be my number 5. So this is more of a storyline injury. It's a pretty serious injury. Bear with me. So my good friend, The Undertaker, Randy Orton killed him. They buried him alive, put him in a casket, and they killed him.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what he did?
It's true.
Lightning struck the casket, and he was alive again. And he returned 2005. He took on the Legend Killer, and he smoked Randy Orton. Good old Undertaker doing Undertaker things, returning from the dead. Undertaker returns from the dead, number 5.
Kings stay kings, am I right?
Mm-hmm. Correct. All right, go ahead. Number 4. Huh?
We'll move on to number 4 now if you're done with all that.
Yep.
So my number 4 is Ric Flair coming back from literally just retirement after retirement, injury after injury to continue to wrestle. And there's no, one specific instance, although I'm sure a lot of people could pick out, one big one that he came back from. But I'm not picking that one. I'm picking the multiple number of things where he was like, oh, I'm injured, and then would come back and win and just, do other things and be just the Wheelin' dealin', Rolex wearing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, woo.
All right, my number 4. It's going back to the WCW days. NWO was running things. It was 96, 97. I'm not exactly sure on the year. Our good friend, the Stinger, he returns in the all black, the paint, the white and black face paint. He's now coming out with the Crow theme, and he's saying, "Hulk Hogan, brother, I'm here." He's not saying words. He's just pointing the baseball bat. He's looking diabolical. He comes back. He's in the rafters next nights. He's coming from the rafters. Sting coming back as the Crow. That's my number 4.
Fantastic stuff there, Mike. Real hard-hitting journalism. My number 3, it's the one where he earned his nickname, the Kingslayer. Seth Rollins coming back from a torn ACL to defeat Triple H, the Game, the King of Kings, at WrestleMania 33. Fantastic night. Best match on the card. Established Seth Rollins as the Kingslayer.
All right, my number 3, it's got to be Daniel Bryan. I'm going to combine these two returns. The first return, he had a WrestleMania match, Triple H, to get into the main event of WrestleMania. He was injured. He was put on a stretcher. No one thought he was going to be able to come back later. He came back later in the night, and he defeated his 2 rivals to win the World Heavyweight Championship and become the GOAT boy. And then I'm going to combine that with him returning from his retirement, all the brain injuries, the concussions. Daniel Bryan returns from retirement, my number 3.
That's a good one. That was also one of mine, so I'm going to have to get another one then really fast.
I assumed you were going to have to do that. You were going to do that one. I knew I had to take it.
That's a good one. So my number 2, post WrestleMania 17, let me set the scene. It is post WrestleMania 17. The Rock has been suspended by Mr. McMahon. WWF is in chaos.
Mr. McMahon.
Stone Cold and Triple H hold all the titles. They run what is known as the 2-man power trip. But luckily, on a night of Monday Night Raw in a tag match against Chris Benoit and Chris Jericho, Triple H tears his right quadricep.
Oh, that's the one I wanted. Oh, go ahead. Keep going. You stole mine. Go ahead.
Tears his right quadricep and doesn't come back until 2002. Madness, brother. Absolute madness.
Right back to Madison Square Garden. It was electric. It's probably one of the most loud crowds I've ever heard. That's just a cool one. You picked a good one right there. What is that, number 2?
That was my number 2, yeah.
Just in case you've forgotten, let me tell you just to know who the hell I am. I don't think they've forgotten. I am the Game. And you can bet your ass I'm back. And
All right, my number 2. It's got to do with broken freaking necks. Gold medalist and broken freaking necks. Kurt Angle broke his freaking neck at the Olympics. Came back. He won a gold. He won the gold medal with a broken freaking neck, and then he breaks his neck again. Re-injures his neck at WrestleMania 2002 or 3. I don't know which one it was, but it was against Brock Lesnar, I believe. He came back. Heroes welcome. You sucks everywhere. Kurt Angle, number 2.
Number 1, it's a real champion's champion. Keep it in the family along with my number 4. Charlotte Flair, returning from breast implant surgery, just in time to not only pin Carmella for a chance at the SmackDown Women's title at SummerSlam this year, but also to steal it away from Becky Balboa and therefore force her to turn heel. Charlotte Flair, ruining friendships since whenever the fuck she was born.
Nice. That's a good one right there. All right, number 1. We both have this one as our number 1s, I believe. It's got to be Stone Cold coming back from the Owen Hart pile driver. Stone Cold has the neck injury. It shortened his career. It's unfortunate, but Stone Cold returned in 1997 at the Survivor Series. Got to be number 1. That's the start of the Austin 316 era, and that's just when he gained his most momentum. And the crowd lost it, and ever since then, the Austin era has been running wild. How do you think the first power ranking went?
I think it went pretty good. We had some pretty good ones in there. I think it was nice and fun. What do you think, Mike?
It was good. It was. We'll work on it. We'll get better, guys. We'll get better. But that was the first one. I hope you guys liked it. Let us know. Comment any returns we missed, any returns you loved a lot, and we'll talk about it. Coming to an Alamo near you. It's Hell in a Cell pay-per-view brought to you by WWE Network. It's September 16th, 2018, San Antonio, Texas, home of the Heartbreak Kid. Live at the AT&T Center. It's Hell in a Cell. 2 men. Both men could be dads. We know one man is in fact a dad. AJ Styles from Gainesville, Georgia. He's a cowboy. He's phenomenal. He is a former TNA superstar. But wait, there's more. The other man is also in fact a TNA superstar. But he's Samoan, and his name is Samoa Joe. And he wants to be not only a WWE champion, but he wants to be AJ Styles' wife's daddy. And her name is Wendy.
Hey, Mike, I got a Wendy for you.
What?
I got a Wendy for you. What about Wendy's nuts get all up in your face?
I'm sorry. That was inappropriate. As I was saying, there's 2 men competing for the WWE Championship. Inside. Oh, wait, I haven't got there yet. Inside a cell. But wait, there's more. It's Hell in a Cell. A barbaric steel cage that surrounds the ring. And you know at one time when we saw Mankind versus Undertaker, and Jim Ross was all like, oh my God, he's dead. Yeah, that thing. That's what was coming to you in San Antonio, Texas. The home of the Heartbreak Kid, just a sexy boy. And that's coming to you live September 16th, 2018. It is Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles for the WWE. What'd you say? What did you just say?
Also, special guest referee John Cena.
No, there is no special guest referee John Cena.
Pretty sure there is special guest referee John Cena.
Let me finish the topic. And this is Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles for the WWE Championship inside Hell in a Cell in the hometown of Shawn Michaels. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. But wait, it's also for the daddy title of Wendy. This is Who's Your Daddy 2? Hell in a Cell. AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe.
Alright, so without any further ado, let's dive on in and let's start talking about our Raw recap. So, obviously the biggest headline from Monday Night Raw this week was Dean Ambrose returning to in-ring action and the reuniting of the Shield to save Roman Reigns' Universal title from Braun Strowman cashing in. And I have some interesting thoughts about all this, but Mike, I'm interested to hear what you have to say first.
Okay, well, they made the return. I thought Braun was going to take the title. No surprise, Finn lost. I mean, you just put the strap on Roman. It's got to stay there for a little bit. I don't know what they're going to do with Braun and when he plans on cashing in. I'm not sure if that was... I guess it wasn't technically a cash-in attempt, so he still keeps the briefcase. The heel. Are they heels? Are they good guys? I don't know.
So the bell never rang, so the match never started, therefore Strowman gets to keep his briefcase.
Wow, thank you for our rules analyst right there.
Thank you. Just call me Ed Hockley. So I do not believe that the Shield are heels, and here's why. So the Shield, in their purest form back in NXT, were all about justice, right or wrong. They weren't really heels or faces, and so Strowman comes out at SummerSlam and talks about how he's never gonna hit. He's not gonna attack when his back is turned or anything like that. And then what does he do on Raw the next night? He literally attacks Roman Reigns from behind. And I mean, I kind of saw that as the Shield's like, if you're gonna get this, you're gonna earn it fair and square. and they kept him honest, and